So it was finals week, and there's only one thing you can really do during finals week except take a trip to Las Vegas. Was this a good decision? Was this a bad decision? Well, you're gonna see that things got really out of hand. I basically took this trip because you need a little re-up before finals get crazy, and the whole reason I have to voice over this is because things got kind of crazy to the point where I didn't even make a coherent vlog. And while we were a little messed up on the street, we even met this super famous magician. So I know I look like complete shit. Don't worry, one day I won't look fresh off the boat. Hopefully by the next video, I get a haircut, I shave this shitty mustache, but here we go. The suitcase packing was, of course, elite. I'm talking elite. Look at this. And my mentality is, if it closes, and that's a W. So everything with the airport and all that good stuff happened, except here's the thing. When I went on the plane, guess what I had to sit next to? I had to sit next to this woman that looks like that actor that plays one of those over-the-top female characters that loves money. She was there, and she had this poodle I had to sit next to. This poodle was like a flamingo. Like, it was a poodle dyed pink that I had to sit next to on the plane, and it was just like, I'm pretty sure the thing shit itself. I'm 95% sure that this poodle monster thing shit itself next to me on this flight. That was a completely miserable experience. After we landed, of course, Vegas immediately greets you with a whole bunch of casinos and slot machines. But after we get through all of that, we get to our hotel. And honestly, compared to the last time I went to Vegas, this hotel, Harrah's, is way nicer than Circus. If you know about Vegas, you know that to be true. Of course, the floors have all the different slot machines, but we had to go and grub up. And if you don't know, a lot of famous chefs have restaurants in Las Vegas, from Gordon Ramsay to Guy Fieri. So we went to Guy Fieri's local restaurant slot. Now, the last time we were there, we went to his quick serve restaurant. This time though, we went to his actual restaurant, and it was so good. Like, it was really good, and it wasn't even that overpriced. As the night went on and we got our full crew, we were really doing what you do in Vegas. We were drinking at all of these stands. They have these jello shot things that are really good, but it would still look relatively calm. And I wish my footage didn't look like shit, but the footage didn't look a little dodgy at times. I didn't want to bring the camera around when I was fucked up, so there's some clips on my phone, and obviously iPhone low light is shit, so bear with me. But Vegas at night is so sick. But day 2 is when things get a little out of hand. Day 2 starts, and we do what you call bottomless mimosas. If you don't know what that is, you have an endless supply of mimosas that you can drink, and even though it's small, for 2 hours you just go crazy drinking. And we even got pizza at this restaurant to do it, but by the end of it, each of us was like 8 to 10 mimosas deep, and we were so fucked up. Like, we were so just absolutely bewildered in this restaurant. 8 mimosas is a ridiculous amount of alcohol, and after that we just went and we hit the slots, and boy, we lost a good, well, honestly, I lost money and the others made money, which really pissed me off. But we were playing all the different machines you can, and if you can see here, it was pretty wild. Dude, I had so many mimosas. I'm so fucked up. Way too fucked up to be recording right now. Fuck finals, fuck all that shit. Oh my god. Yeah, I was in some condition. Also, I found this when I was putting all the clips together. Yo! We outside, baby. They're seeing what we're seeing right now. Yeah. Yo, we got fucked up in the city right now, bro. We got Vegas right now, right? I don't know what's going on there. You don't know what's going on there, but that gives us state. And what's crazy is we went back to the room at this point for like a 10-20 minute recharge, because everything in Vegas is so close together. You could do that. We all fell asleep for 3 hours. I think we were all just tired and drained and sobering up a bit from all the drinks. So that happened. But the thing is, on day 2, we had bought tickets to go to this club called Dre's to see the performance of Moneybagg Yo. Now, Moneybagg Yo is not some crazy rapper anymore, but we were still hyped to go to an actual club in Vegas, because if you don't know, clubs in Vegas are insane, and the ticket charge was like 60 bucks, which is out of this world. So I don't know how we managed to wake up, but we did. As you can see, the club is pretty crazy. Like, this is a pretty insane club, probably one of the nicest clubs we've been in, except the one we went on later was a little bit better. It was pretty much dominated by these older people, like people in their 30s to 40s. And we were the youngest people there, and they weren't really turning up. They were all just trying to like record Moneybagg Yo. Like, I guess, you know, to them, that's their like Juice World, bro. Like, if you're 40 and you're hyped to see Moneybagg Yo. But yeah, we got more drinks there. And then after this is where things get crazy. So we were decently drunk by the end of the club, but there was still more to be done. So we went to get some drinks at some pop-up stands in Vegas, which there's a lot of those, from jello shots to like smoothie shots to shake shots to frozen shots. There's a lot of different types of drink stands you can go to, and we went to this one, and there's this guy there, almost like starting a side quest in a video game, and he was like, "You guys want to see me do a trick?" And he started doing a whole bunch of crazy card tricks. And I'm talking about like professional level tricks. Pulling cards out of nowhere, making stuff disappear and reappear. And he said his name and I had never heard of him. But he was like, "Yeah, I got a show with 50 Cent coming out." And we were like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, I perform in clubs like the Win." And then we were like, "What?" Because at this point we realized, like, if you're doing stuff like that, that is like a professional level magician. Like, he is the real deal. Like, he has an Amazon show coming out, I believe, or maybe it was Netflix or something. I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy or seen this guy, but that was a really insane experience. And probably the most famous person that I've talked to on that level. Like, I've taken pictures with like Shroud and UFC fighters like Terrence McKinney and stuff like that, but to actually talk to someone on that level was pretty crazy. And that's basically where day 2 kind of left off, and day 3 comes around. And if you don't know, Vegas is really just a tourist hub. It's a complete city of vice for good things and bad things, from people asking you if you want to go to the strip club to people asking if you want to go see this event and that event. Vegas is absolutely crazy. But one of the best parts about that is that because it's so tourist oriented, all of these restaurants are elite in design, in food. So if you check out this, we started off at this restaurant called Margaritaville, and it was absolutely incredible. Like, this place looked sick, and we overpaid for some nachos like crazy. That shit was mid, but the design of this place was really cool. And then we just went around to all the different casinos, because even the casinos themselves have a different vibe. From the Venetian to Venice to Caesar to Rome to New York to literally just being like New York City. There's so many cool things to see. But then we were like, we gotta actually do something. And there was some EDM DJ, I don't know his name, and he was performing at this club called Excess. And we went to that night, and this was one of the craziest clubs I've ever been in. This thing looked absolutely sick. Just look at this venue. Like, Jesus Christ, like, that's stuff. That's really cool. But at the end of it, we were honestly getting a little bored in the club, which is honestly not that uncommon. It happens all the time, especially when the crowd is like not really your age, because once again, they were all older. The music wasn't exactly bopping like that, and on your last day you don't really want to spend it doing something you don't want to do. And that day was also the day of the NBA in-season tournament, so we got some sick food and went to some sick bars for that too. But honestly, the buzz for it wasn't as crazy as I thought it would be, but it was pretty cool. I mean, still, you could tell with all the ads and stuff that they were getting pretty excited for it. And yeah, with that was pretty much the last major thing we did, except, you know, walk around a bit more, get some jello shots here, jello shots there. It honestly was a really good experience, and it was something you kind of need to do every once in a while. Just take that leap, go on a trip that you probably shouldn't have to, and doing it during finals week was definitely worth it, because I think it was just relax and come down, especially with all the content I've been making. I've talked about it to my 66 subscribers enough, the 3 channels. It's been a pretty rough time, so completely shutting off from all of that to going to just this oasis of vice may have been a good decision, may not have been, but I had a really good time, and Vegas is absolutely incredible, especially if you're a college student and you're over 21. Like, there's just so much to do there. There's a lot of money to be lost, there's a lot of alcohol to be drank, and there's a lot of bad decisions to be made. But overall, it was a fucking incredible time. So if you want to see a boring day, check out this bland day in the life of a college student. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and don't forget, we're just getting started, we're going to stay consistent, and I really need a haircut.